Haunt Squad is on all of your favorite social media sites. You can find us at facebook.com/HauntSquad, twitter.com/HauntSquad, instagram.com/Haunt_squad, and search Haunt Squad on YouTube for podcast episodes and investigation videos. Stay spooky with Haunt Squad, Haunt Squad, Haunt Squad, Haunt Squad, Haunt Squad.
Excuse me, Laurie.
Oh, Mr. Brackett, I'm sorry, Mr. Brackett.
Oh, I didn't mean to startle you.
That's all right.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
In a world filled with supernatural phenomena, 3 explorers of the unknown answer the real questions concerning the field of paranormal investigation.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the horror-thon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Vinny Gomez, Natalie Jane, and Mike Wolfer guide you to the depths of paranormal studies, creepy movies, games, and comics, and more from the world of horror and geek culture. Turn out the lights. Turn on your EMF detector and prepare yourself for the Haunt Squad podcast.
I got 5 pieces of candy. I got a chocolate bar. I got a quarter. I got a rock.
Hey,
yeah,
I think it's pretty obvious. This is the big Halloween episode of the Haunt Squad podcast.
And we're out here. Why are we out here?
I don't know. I had this idea. Okay. I figured it's Halloween.
Yeah.
What better place to record than in the graveyard behind the mansion?
Yeah, but it's cold out here.
It is cold. It is.
I didn't think it was going to be that cold.
I have all my equipment out here, and it looks like it's going to rain. We really don't need to be out here.
I don't.
The hairs on my arms are standing up. That's my weather detector.
We hold all this stuff out here, though. I mean,
I know.
We're all set up. I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for quite some time.
Yeah? Oh, boy. Oh, no. Guys, all right.
Okay.
This is...
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get this stuff. Let's head
Hang
in.
on. I'll grab this stuff.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Where are we going?
In. Just go in.
Let's just go in, the nearest.
How about the audio vault?
All right, fine.
Perfect.
Fine. It's just really getting wet here.
Okay. There's a lot of crickets out here. Watch the puddle.
Oh, thanks.
Yep.
Guys, wait up.
You
Come
got
on,
it?
Vinny.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I know.
Sorry, I just got a lot
I want
of
to get in
stuff.
out of the rain, and you're like way behind. Okay, hang on. After you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Excuse me.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we're coming to you, not from outside, but from inside.
Yeah.
From the audio vault.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh.
Wait a minute, hang on.
It's really echoey in here, guys.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I don't think this is going to work.
Hello. Okay.
We're trying. You're trying so hard.
Hold on, let me think.
Where else can we go?
What's through there?
Nothing.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Nothing.
What's
No.
Hold on. Now I have to see.
No.
Oh. Hey, we can record in here. There's plenty of space.
No.
Why not?
It's my special dark room. It's my quiet place.
It's your
It's my quiet place.
It looks like a wine cellar.
I know.
Oh.
There are a lot of empty bottles laying around over
My
here.
secret's out. Oh.
But you know what, though? It sounds a heck of a lot better. Let's go in
Actually,
here.
it does.
Yeah,
Come on.
fine.
It does. Okay,
All right.
hang on.
Just don't touch the booze.
So,
Hi.
now, hey, we're coming to you from an undisclosed location.
Well, it's Natalie's special room.
Natalie's wine stash.
No more talking about it.
Okay.
It didn't happen.
All right, so who are we? We're Haunt Squad.
Yeah, I'm Vinny.
I'm Mike,
And I'm Natalie.
and we're here to talk about all things creepy and Halloween and goopy and gloppy and blah 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 because that's our theme for this episode.
And apparently boozy.
And boozy.
Yeah.
No, you drink some of that wine over there, and you're going to see Goopy Gloppy, and Natalie's going to be just melting off the chair. Guess what? We're breaking with tradition.
Yeah.
Question everything.
That's right. We're going to start with a question.
Because we're Haunt Squad and we do what we want.
Hell yeah.
I have a question here.
Yeah,
Some
go.
questions.
Go
All right.
for it.
From Nikki Ramirez in Victoria, Texas.
Oh, cool.
She asks, what does it take to become a paranormal investigator?
Oh, that's really a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a sacred site in the Arizona desert.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rock at the top of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to that rock, and you put your hand on that rock, and you look to the heavens, and you say, I am a paranormal investigator.
Done.
Oh. Now, I stole that from Mel Brooks.
So I was like, wait, I didn't do that.
Yeah. What does it take? Well,
First thing for me, curiosity.
sure.
You know, that's kind of where it started for me. Just
Okay. One aspect is there any formal training or schooling? You get some learning.
Got to get learned.
Is there anything? You can get degrees in parapsychology.
sure,
and,
get educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's electronics that would be helpful to understand, probably psychology, like all kinds of different fields of study that everything you learn can contribute to an investigation scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of us have any of that.
No.
We're going by common sense and gut instinct is what we do.
Well, I'm a psychology major.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Since when?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I passed the test.
Yeah, well, I'm a demonologist, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what, though? Let's be serious for a second.
No.
The fear.
Okay.
There should be
Why?
no fear in doing going into a dark area.
Right.
I'm afraid, so I kind of failed that one right there. But yeah, common sense is a big one.
Common sense.
That's huge. It really
Common
is.
sense.
Yeah.
You know what? Hate to bring up religion, but there's a lot of people who are very religious and believe in a lot of different things. And I've gone on this rant before. You have to be able to put aside your personal beliefs in order to be open to new things. To be a paranormal investigator, you really need to look at everything you do in a scientific sort of light. We can't come in there believing something because then we're going to transpose our beliefs on the events that we're witnessing. And you're going to twist things around to a perception instead of fact or truth.
Just be open-minded. You can be as religious as you want, but just have an open mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm coming kind of like from the opposite, where I'm not religious at all, and I have to keep an open mind and just say, keep that possibility in mind, because I don't necessarily think that everything that we do has to do with the afterlife in a religious aspect. But what if it is? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't want to be totally bullheaded and just what if. Got to keep that in mind.
In all of our travels, we haven't encountered anything that made us say, it's a religious, or, a deity of some sort, or there's demons or angels or, whatever. Everything we've encountered has been absolutely fascinating, but I think we're all in agreement, totally science-based somehow.
Right.
A science that we don't understand.
Right.
When we get walking in a room that we can all hear, there is a real science behind what is happening.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to get to. Now, as far as what does it take to be a paranormal investigator in terms of actual stuff, well, digital audio recorders, infrared camera systems, the gadgets that, K2 meters and Mel meters and all of those kind of things that we see them as on TV. Some of them work, some of them don't. But, you can start collecting some of that stuff that you see in use on the TV shows, conduct your own investigations, see what works, see what doesn't. If you really want to do it, not professionally, but, as a glorified hobby, join a group or talk to a local group who does investigations, see what they're about, investigate them before you join them.
Right.
Find out what kind of a mindset they have, what they believe, what they don't believe. And that, for me, that's the most important thing, is to trust those who are around you.
Right.
I mean, we have a tiny group, just the three of us, but we find that works best for us.
And you can always go solo if you choose to.
Of course you
go
can.
solo, or like you said, just you have other friends that have a common interest, and you all trust each other.
The other thing, I mean, you guys did it. You went on a paranormal investigation kind of tour. Try that out and see what happens there. See if you can even handle it.
That's what got me into it.
Yeah,
I went on one of those pay tours and had some experiences. So, I wasn't going to invest in a bunch of equipment and all of that first, only because I saw it on TV, and then you get out in the wild and you go, oh, it's all a bunch of crap.
Yeah,
I just wasted my money. Go on a couple tours first and see what's what and what's what.
That's what I would do. Oh wait, I did do that.
You did.
Yeah.
And the equipment, it's not like you have to belong to a special club. You can get your audio recorders at Walmart, Target. You have a camera. When it comes to K2s and millimeters and things like that, you can even go on Amazon, eBay.
It's all online.
It's all attainable.
Yep.
That and listen to Haunt Squad and watch a lot of horror movies.
Yes.
Yeah, because that helps.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of horror movies,
what?
We sure do a lot of talking about movies in this show.
Damn straight.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry.
Hey, it's what we enjoy.
Yeah, we like it. If you guys don't like it, then
don't leave us, please.
No, don't.
Don't do that. But
give us some suggestions then.
Yeah, seriously.
Ooh, that's a good thought.
We're open.
Yeah.
Well, this one, seeing as how it's almost Halloween,
Woohoo!
Can't wait.
Yes.
When I think Halloween, I think smashed pumpkins. Not smashing pumpkins, but like gooey. The pumpkin, you cut it open and it's...
Yeah, it's all gooey.
That's what got me thinking about this.
And
Gooey,
slimy.
Gooey, gross, slimy, yeah. So,
movies with gooey and
goppy and
slimy,
gross,
dirty things.
Vomity barf.
now I understand, Vinny.
Yes.
You're not comfortable with this.
I'm not really. I don't like slimy things. I really just don't like stuff
But that's
like
the
that.
point.
Yeah.
I know.
We're supposed to not like it.
I don't really either, but it's like a train wreck. You can't look away from it.
I just get queasy from it. I'll throw a couple out there, and then you guys can run this one.
Okay.
Aliens, slime stuff.
That was slimy.
Yeah.
Gremlins, slimy.
Yes.
The eggs that open up and there was slime and gooey stuff coming out of that.
Yeah.
It just grosses me out.
And when the sun gets to them.
Yeah. Oh, and they start popping and blistering up. No.
Yes.
I couldn't handle that stuff.
Yeah.
We discussed a little bit of some of the movies you have, and I've seen them. I just tend to want to forget them.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about blobby movies. I mean, we talked about The Blob. And Beware the Blob and the Blob remake a couple of episodes ago on our remake episode.
Yes.
I don't know what it is about the idea of a huge amorphous mass eating and dissolving people and all of that. Why is that so fascinating? But there's actually a lot of movies that have that theme. Even in regular movies. Something I find interesting, when we come up with our lists for movies on a specific topic, it seems like we keep throwing the same movies out there every time. Like some of our favorite movies have a little bit of this and that and that and that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we consider them good movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. So here we are. Gloppy, gooey, blah.
One of the movies I did have on my list was one that you're going to mention down the line.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, and you're not going to steal it.
No, I am not. That's why
Get back over there by the recycle bin. That's what we're going to call the bottles.
Well, I'll go clean it up over there.
Well, I'm going to start then.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with a movie called The Quatermass Experiment, which is also known as The Creeping Unknown. That was the American title. British movie, 1955. Hammer, early Hammer.
Nice.
Professor Quatermass is the hero of the story, created by Nigel Neal. Is the author's name, and he's a scientist, and sciencey stuff happens. It seems like things keep coming from outer space,
Damn aliens.
Whenever Quatermass is around. Yeah, it's aliens, and Quatermass Experiment was a gloppy thing. This astronaut came back to Earth. There was something wrong with him, and then he starts transforming into this whatever, and one of his arms is like this gooey mass of I don't know, and eventually turns into like a blob thing.
Yeah.
That was a cool movie. There was another one called X the Unknown in 1956. That was also British. And again, this blobby thing is living under the ground. Yeah. It's like an earthquake or something. There's a crack, and they're like, "Hey, what's in the crack?" Oh, it's a blobby thing. Yeah, it's good stuff. It feeds on radiation, which, typical. Yeah, typical of blobs and monsters. They like that radiation. I don't know. We should try it sometime.
Sure, I would love to.
Sounds delicious. And then Quatermass 2 was a sequel. That one was called Enemy from Space.
Enemy from Space?
Yeah. Okay. 1957. Another gooey, gloppy thing that was a bunch of little things, and they ended up forming into this one big thing, and then it was a big, huge mass of goo. I don't know why I like those movies. You know what? I think I know why. Because we cannot relate to that kind of a monster. It doesn't have a head and arms and legs. Oh, well, if you go for the heart, you can... There's no heart. Mm-hmm. It's just a big ball of
goo. Yeah.
Well, I'm finding some goo back here while cleaning. And I'm just, it's gross.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Not in my wine room.
Well, sounds interesting, Mike. Just keep talking. I'm back here cleaning.
Been in here. This is uncalled for.
So what about you, Natalie?
All right. I'm going to go with Slither.
Oh, yeah.
2006, directed by James Gunn. You had Michael Rooker, Nathan Fillion, and Elizabeth Banks. They were in it. And basically a meteor lands with an evil alien parasite inside. Mm-hmm. And it infects Michael Rooker, who plays the character Grant. And he starts to transform, and he blames it on a reaction to a bee bite. And his wife is played by Elizabeth Banks, Stara. Well, I guess to the point where it's just, no, this is more than a bee sting. Uh-huh. Did I say bee bite before?
Yeah.
I'm crazy. Bee sting. So he becomes infected with these worm-like parasite things, and it's disgusting.
They're kind of reminiscent of those creatures from Night of the Creeps.
Yes.
Those slimy,
sluggy, big things. Yeah. So anyhow, he grabs a hold of his character Brenda, and she's kind of like the mom of these slimy, sluggy things, and she is blowing up and blowing up and blowing up to almost the size of, I would say, someone described it as a wrecking ball, and that's kind of like what it is. Oh. She's huge. It's disgusting, and you see all these sluggy-like things inside of her, and she's kind of transparent. It's really weird.
Look
and
at
Michael
Vinny's
Rooker,
face.
I know, it's disgusting.
Sounds disgusting, Natalie.
And Michael Rooker just keeps getting larger and larger, slug-like, with tentacles. Oh. Lots of tentacles, let me tell you. And so you have Nathan Fillion, who's like this cop. Well, they try to figure out a way to, stop it.
It sounds disgusting.
It does sound disgusting.
It sounds cool.
And unfortunately, I'm going to backtrack.
Do it.
When this meteor lands, it infects Michael Rooker. Mm-hmm. And he says, "Oh, it's a bee sting." Well, you have livestock and people's pets disappearing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's usually a good sign.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you just made me think
bad.
of another one that's not on my list.
So, that starts off, and then, oh, God, and he just, it's like Jabba the Hutt times 10 disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then you get to see Brenda, who's, like the mom of all these things, explode, and slugs go flying everywhere, and it's disgusting. It's good times.
Hold on a second. It really does sound disgusting.
It is. It's slimy.
I'm going to go back in the corner there. Okay.
I recommend Slither.
When you said livestock, it reminds me of a movie called Island of Terror that Peter Cushing was in, and that had the silicates, and they were like this. You saw it. Mm-hmm. They were on the island, like cut off from civilization, and there was these weird blobby things that kind of had tentacles that came out, and the tentacle would wrap around your arm, and it would suck all the bones out of your body, like liquefy your bones. Oh. But when the things would split, they would multiply, and they would crack open in the middle and start dividing into two, and what looked like chicken noodle soup would come out of the middle of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the great line from that movie?
We've discovered a body without any trace of bone in it. No, Ben. You certain? Quite certain. That's unbelievable.
No bones?
Yeah, no bones.
Guys, I'm kind of grossed out back here.
Vinny's shivering in the corner over there.
But anyhow, so that wasn't actually one of my major ones. And I'm not going to mention Kaltiki.
Okay.
I'm not mentioning Kaltiki the Immortal Monster.
And I'm not going to mention the Incredible Melting Man.
What?
Oh, of course not.
No, not going to do that either. No.
Oh my god!
But I tell you what, I will mention Godzilla versus the Smog Monster.
Yes,
that was the best. I saw that in the movie theater. That came out in 1971, and got to see it on the big screen. Oh my god, Hydra! He was so cool because he had several forms. He started out like this giant black tadpole, and then he could like swim through the water, and he had those great big eyes that were like red and beautiful eyes. Beautiful eyes. He could swim, and then eventually he morphed into this thing that could fly, and as he flew, he expelled like smog that covered the city, and people were just dropping dead and turning into skeletons because it had like sulfuric acid or something.
My God.
This is a Godzilla movie. It was scary as hell. And then he finally turned into this, land mass thing where he kind of had arms, and then he turned into the big giant blobby whatever with the one eye, and he fought Godzilla. And Godzilla versus the Smog Monster is best known for two things. One, the incredible freaking theme song. And two, it was a movie in which Godzilla flew.
Godzilla doesn't fly.
How'd
you
you
guys
feel
are
about
messing
that?
with me.
I know. Godzilla wanted to catch up with Hydra. Hydra was flying away, so Godzilla just shoots his radioactive breath out behind him, and eventually it lifts him off the ground, and he starts flying across the countryside. I loved it up until that point.
Oh.
I said, I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. But it was great. Godzilla beat the crap out of him and was just tearing Hydra to shreds. And there was just slime and glob. And there was a scene where Godzilla fell in this little ravine kind of thing, and Hydra just started pouring out this olive-colored goo and filling up the pit that Godzilla was in, and he's like drowning in it. Oh, it was great.
I'm not feeling too good.
Wow. I think Vinny's gonna
It was great.
hurl.
It was great.
You're looking a little pale, Vinny.
My tummy hurts.
Well, I'm gonna go with
What?
a movie that's part of the Guinea Pig series.
I've heard of that.
There's a bunch of them.
Aren't those like really scary, disgusting, and horrifying? And
They're pretty vile. Yeah, pretty gory. And this one's called Mermaid in a Manhole. It's from 1988.
oh, of course it is. Mermaid in a manhole.
Yes.
Okay.
Directed by Hideshi Hino.
Uh-huh.
And basically you have an artist, and he finds a mermaid in a sewer. He sees that she's sick. She has some type of infection, and knowing that he can't do anything for her there, he takes her home. And he decides to paint her. So he's painting her, and as he's painting her, her condition just keeps worsening. I mean, she has lacerations, and her skin is bubbling, and it just gets to the point where there's just blood and goo oozing out of her. It's terrible. It's just terrible. And then he uses her blood, ooze, and goo to continue with the painting. Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say. See it. See it.
Let me guess. Japanese.
Yes. The best.
I knew that, yeah. It sounds like just a nightmare.
It is.
You know?
But you know what? Something else. Another movie that's part of that series, and I'm going to forget the name of it. It was either like Flesh and Flowers, Flowers of Flesh, something like that. I'm not going to get into it. It's a horrible, horrible movie. Charlie Sheen saw it. I believe it was in 1991. He was convinced that it was a real snuff film. He called the FBI, and the FBI looked into it. Now...
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah.
Winning.
Definitely winning. Tiger's blood.
Tiger's blood.
What was that? Yeah, so these are the types of movies that it is.
Oh,
they're pretty violent and gory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
No,
Oh.
I don't.
Do you have any of the Guinea Pig series?
No.
Hey, how do people find that? Is it listed under...
Amazon? You can get them on Amazon.
No, but I mean, when they do a search, do you look for Guinea Pig series? Okay. Wow. Mermaid in a manhole. Sounds gross.
It is gross.
Sounds horrible, Natalie.
Check it out, Vinny.
Hey, you know what else was gross?
What?
The Stuff.
Oh.
I know you've seen it.
Yes.
Have you seen The Stuff?
No, can't say I have.
Enough is never enough of The Stuff. Oh, It was a great movie. It was, you know what that was about? It was about consumerism and how stupid the American people are. Because we really are stupid.
Yeah. You're eating it or it's eating you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's good stuff. It's,
no, seriously, through advertising and marketing, we can be conned into anything, seriously. And I've learned better.
Yeah, we can be conned into eating something that bubbles out of the ground and they don't know what the hell it is. These two railroad workers, they just find this stuff coming out of the ground. It looks like marshmallow fluff. They're like, hey, that looks good. Let's taste it. And they, hey, this is delicious. And they start packaging and marketing the thing. And everybody's going crazy over it. And they just, oh my God, it's like an addiction. And there's TV commercials. The commercials are great. Like the pretend commercials.
I think I've seen that, actually.
And then Chocolate Chip Charlie gets in on it.
He was great.
Garrett Morris from Saturday Night Live. He's like a junk food company. He's supposed to be like Famous Amos, you know, and he's like, hey, we got to shut these people down and find out what that stuff is. And they hire a guy to investigate. And they find out that it's eating people from the inside. Oh. Great stuff. It's great.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so I have a story about the stuff.
Do you?
I do. So back in September of 2012, September 18th to be exact.
Holy crap.
I attended a Terror in the Aisles event at the Portage Theater.
You did?
I did.
I'm pretending like I don't know, but I know.
Terror in the Aisles, they have these great events at the Portage Theater where they have like these triple features or sometimes even marathons.
Chicago.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Downtown Dover? No.
No, it's okay. Of either horror or sci-fi movies. Mm-hmm. And it's wonderful events. You know, they're affordable. They're like, what, $12? No more than like $15. And, you know, you just sit there and you can drink. White Russians. Throwing them down. Good times. So anyhow, this event, it was actually the Midwest premiere of the movie Iron Sky.
Oh boy.
What do I have to say about Iron Sky? If you haven't seen it, see it. Udo Kier and Nazis in Space, more specifically, on the Dark Side of the Moon. Oh. Great movie.
I've actually heard a lot about it.
You have to see it. I'd love to watch it with you. Okay, so, and then they were playing the stuff, and then Frankenhooker, which Patty Mullen was there.
Wow.
She was there.
Frankenhooker.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, I forgot about that one.
So, we watched Iron Sky, went with some friends, and then for the stuff, what was really cool is that Larry Cohen was supposed to be there. But the director.
Yeah.
But what happened was, I believe he lives in Arizona. Mm-hmm. I may have that wrong, but somewhere out west. His family dog got bit by a rattlesnake. So he couldn't make it. They had to take the dog to the hospital.
Wait, he got bit or stung? No, sorry. I'm sorry.
He was stung by a rattlesnake.
Good one, Mike.
And
what happened?
So they had to bring him to the hospital, and he wasn't going to leave his dog, which I totally understand.
Sure.
So he Skyped live with us in the theater.
Oh, wow.
And by that time, his dog was okay. Wasn't, we were all very worried about the dog. And he Skyped with us live. And basically, he was just supposed to give us an intro to the stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, it went on for 20 minutes, a little over a half hour. Oh, cool. He was hilarious. He was telling us stories, and it was just kind of like, okay, I'm going to go now. And then he started talking about something else. Man. We were loving it. He just seemed like a genuinely nice guy. Yeah. Really, really nice. So, Paul Glickman, he's the cinematographer of the stuff. Mm-hmm. He was there. Oh. He was hilarious, too. He was telling stories about Larry Cohen and stuff, that was happening behind the scenes. That was really, really funny. And I got one of the prop cups of the stuff with Paul Glickman's signature. I could have also bought one with Larry Cohen's signature. Oh. But I said, no, I want to meet him one day. I want him to sign it. Yeah. So hopefully that happens. So that is my story of the stuff.
Our collection of movie relics that we have, we've got a container of the stuff sitting on the shelf. And I look at it every day and I say, boy, that looks good.
Sounds gross, Mike.
There's no stuff in it.
Oh. No, there's not. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, my last one.
Mm-hmm. I'm coming back for this one. Hold on.
Get over here, Vinny.
All right.
My last one, 1987.
Yeah.
Prince of Darkness.
Awesome.
Great. John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That movie's just freaking scary. Like, so many things about it are scary.
Yeah.
But the basic idea is there's this creepy old church. I think they're probably like, is it L.A.?
It's got to be L.A., yeah.
This creepy old church, and a priest finds a thing in the basement of the church, and a group of university students who are, I'm not sure, they're not paranormal investigators, but they're like physics students or something like that. They all come in for the weekend to analyze this thing, and they bring in all of their scientific equipment and their electronic stuff, and they're running cords and plugging stuff in, and they're going to do this scientific analysis of this thing. And what it is, it's this huge container that's like this glass, like a giant test tube, and it's got this green glowing shit in it. And it's swirling around. And they don't know what the heck it is. And through the course of the movie, you find out that this stuff is like the essence of Satan in like physical form. And what this stuff wants to do is create a portal, in a sense, to another dimension that is going to open the doorway for the real evil of the universe, like the father of Satan, to come through into our dimension.
Yeah.
And this stuff is goopy and slimy and gross, but it's beautiful because it's green. I love green.
It is. And wait, and so these people are trying to stop all this?
Yeah, I don't know why.
They didn't know what it was, I don't think.
I don't know.
They just got sprayed in the mouth with it.
Yeah. Oh, and it kind of infects them. And the one girl who becomes possessed, and she's got that like bubbly, cracky skin and the stuff and the gross. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's scary as hell. The video transmission thing.
That was
awesome.
the scariest part for me.
Yeah, I still don't understand it. I still don't get it. The whole dream thing.
It was like a transmission from the future, like a TV transmission that was coming through as a dream. In a sense.
It supposed to be Christ, or was it?
No. Well, you know what? We should probably not blow the ending, but it was from the future.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the middle of the movie, it seemed like there was a man coming out in the transmission, and I thought it was like the second coming kind of thing.
Yeah, you'll have to move and watch the movie to find out exactly who that was.
Yeah,
but oh god, it was creepy.
The mirrors.
Yeah.
All the mirrors. Yeah.
Yep.
How about the guy falling apart? He was held up by rats, and he's like, "You're never going to escape," and he just falls apart.
Oh,
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper was in it.
Yeah, he had the pigeon.
He was made out of like beetles. The guy
that's it, beetles.
Yeah.
Ugh, God, that creeped me out.
He was standing outside, like all of the. They were kind of barricaded inside of this church, the good guys, and outside, all the homeless people were just gathering outside and just standing there. And there was the one guy who was like,
and then it just
had a weird
apart.
voice, and then he just turned into beetles, and it was great stuff.
Did they sting anyone?
Here's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
John Carpenter wrote that.
Right.
But if you look at the credits, it says the screenplay was written by, get ready, Martin Quatermass. He wrote it under a pseudonym.
What?
It was an homage to the Quatermass movies that I mentioned earlier about 3 hours ago.
Oh.
Depending on how much we cut out of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a fan of that stuff. So Carpenter wrote it, called himself Martin Quatermass. And also the university where the people come from that study the thing, it's called Neil University.
Yeah.
The creator of Quatermass was Nigel Neal. So, And here's something else I found out. Nigel Neal, who wrote the Quatermass stories, he wrote Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Happy Halloween.
That's right.
I thought we were going to keep going.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Wow.
It all loops together somehow, and it means something.
It's like the snake that's eating its tail.
It's all connected.
There you go. Goopy, slimy. It seemed like there was one other I thought of on the way up here to our hideout.
Well, yeah.
Oh, The Creeping Flesh. I want to throw that one out there.
Okay.
That had Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. Okay, right there.
Right
Boom.
there.
Hit.
Classic. Masterpiece.
They find a skeleton in, I think it was Borneo. They find this skeleton of a new ancient man that had never been discovered before. It's giant, though.
Wow.
Huge. They bring it back to study it, and accidentally the water gets on the bone, one of the fingers, and it starts growing flesh on it again.
Ugh.
And, so there you go. Of course, it's raining, and the thing gets wet. And,
oh, no.
It turns into this gloppy, weird-ass creature, which you never really get to see exactly what it looks like. You see a little bit of the face, but it's a really cool movie.
Was it green?
The Creeping Flesh. No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
it was like flesh
It was fun. I thought maybe you'd hear ho 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 green giant. Never
Oh,
mind. Anyway, moving along.
Moving on to our second question.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got another question.
Yes. Our question is from Gary Fisher in Sydney, Australia. What was your favorite candy to get when you trick-or-treated as a kid?
Oh boy. All of it. No, actually, you know what? Not all of it.
I'll tell you what is not my favorite.
I know. That's the first thing I think of. What I hated.
Older people
Damn
in the
those
neighborhood
old people.
would hand out
Fried eggs and beer?
No, it would be great.
That was the Coneheads.
Would hand out butterscotches and Starlight mints, and they were stale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're horrible to begin with, but then they're stale.
I wasn't fond of plain old, like, Kraft caramels.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people like those. I didn't like them, but there was kind of like a chocolatey one. Do you remember those?
Yes.
Those were good.
Okay.
What did you get that you hated?
I used to get rolled up pennies in aluminum foil.
Really?
Yeah. I used to get that stuff.
People gave away money?
Pennies? Yeah.
Yeah, it was pennies, and
I
it was
got
like
pennies.
worthless to me.
I had
pennies.
never heard of that.
Yeah, we used to get that. They would roll it up in aluminum foil. You'd get maybe 25 cents in pennies, and they would just drop it in your bag. I'm like,
Well, see, my neighbors never rolled them up in anything. They just took a handful and just, threw it in your bag. And then, your Tootsie Rolls, which I hated too, would just start tasting like copper.
Yeah.
Well, in your neighborhood, if somebody threw something, not your neighborhood, but in Chicago, they throw in a little ball of tinfoil and say, oh, good, heroin.
Yeah, heroin, crack cocaine, yummy.
ball.
Yeah.
Money? No, I never got money.
No, we used to get money a lot.
No.
Yeah.
Used to get a lot of gum.
Double bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bazooka. Yeah, with the little Bazooka Joe.
Comic.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
I like the comics.
That was cool. Used to get a lot of lollipops also. Those dum-dums.
Dum-dums,
But
Charms, Blow
The
Pops.
best, that was the best was the blow pop.
Yeah.
I hated the Tootsie Pops.
I was just thinking about
Okay.
that. The outside was great, but then when you mixed the chocolate, whatever, not even, it wasn't even
Tootsie Roll.
chocolate. Yeah, Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll.
You know what? I was never fond of those Tootsie Rolls either.
No.
Because I had a lot of feelings when I was a kid. I used to pull those damn things right out. Jujubes,
Oh, yeah.
Dad pull them out.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
I didn't like Good and Plenty's, and that was fine because my mom liked them. I don't like black licorice.
I like the plenties,
Okay.
but not the goods.
I like the dots on the paper. I remember those. But you'd always get the paper on the dots.
Yeah,
in
that's
front
why I
of you.
couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Candy necklaces. Ugh.
Oh, no, I would never.
I didn't like candy necklaces.
Yeah.
Especially if you wore it on your neck while you were eating it. You get all sticky and the hair
Of
would
course.
stick to your neck. Yeah.
And that's what everybody does. Of course you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, what are they called? The little wax bottles with the, like
Oh, the
yeah.
drink in it?
half a teaspoon of sugar water or whatever the heck that was. Those
Yeah.
were great.
What about the pixie sticks?
I was just going to say, pixie sticks. I love pixie sticks.
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces, Starburst, Snickers, popcorn balls, especially the cheddar ones, and taffy apple.
popcorn balls?
Popcorn balls.
Taffy apples.
Yeah,
I never got a popcorn ball. Never
No,
got
I
one.
don't think I did
Never had
either.
one.
I did. They
Yeah.
just come, in a plastic package, and when I got the cheddar ones, it was a treat. Yeah.
Okay, I grew up in the 70s, right? So I was trick-or-treating like late 60s, early 70s. And then when my kids were trick-or-treating in the late 90s, early 2000s, I'm looking at what they got. And they were coming home with microwave popcorn, bags
really?
of, like
Wow.
that kind of stuff. And they had some cool stuff that, hell yeah, I raided their bags of candy, for like the Warheads.
Yeah.
I pulled that stuff out.
Gobstoppers.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Gobstoppers, Jawbreakers.
Yeah.
You know what was a real treat? When you had people that would actually hand out the full-size candy bars.
Hell
it happens
yeah.
sometimes. A
Very
full-sized
rare.
peanut butter Twix was
Oh, yeah.
was just a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't get that stuff. When I was little, we didn't have a lot of the, what do you call it, fun size.
Yeah.
There were some, like Milky Way. And you know what we used to get a lot?
What?
The little Hershey bars, the tiny ones.
Oh, yeah.
There was the regular Mr. Goodbar.
That was the one I was trying to think of.
Crackle.
what it was called. Crackle.
And my favorite, Special Dark.
Now, I gave the Special Dark to my father. I did not like that when I was
the
younger.
Best. It's still the best. I love those. And those, who made them? Can't remember. The little caramels, but they were different flavor. What are they called? There was like a vanilla and there was orange.
Well,
and-
there's Tootsie Rolls that were the different flavors.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I like the Now and Laters.
I would, fillings would come out with Now and
Yeah.
Laters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I have to say, like, if I was a kid trick-or-treating in the 70s, I would have loved getting Mary Jane's, Chico Sticks, and what's the other one that's kind of, like Sugar Baby, Sugar Daddies, Rolos. Yeah. I forgot about Rolos. Caramellos.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is all coming back to
Bottle
me.
caps were always, I loved the bottle caps.
I like the cigarettes.
Oh, candy cigarettes.
And the cigars, that was the best.
Hell yeah.
That was a hell of a lot of bubble gum.
Yeah.
Those were huge. Yeah.
See, you're not coming up with the best candy I've ever made for Halloween. Candy corn. I love candy corn.
I hate candy corn.
Everybody hates it. I love it.
No, I don't like it.
I love a candy corn. I'll have 20 more.
Or the pumpkin candy corns too, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I can eat candy corn all day.
We didn't get them often, but the wax lips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And they're the ones with the fangs on them. That was the best one. Yeah. Those were cool. Mm-hmm. We, again, early 70s, pixie sticks. Mm-hmm. They were okay for a while, but then you started seeing the news reports that people were putting like angel dust in them and stuff.
See, I should have been in the 70s.
Right.
I would have had so much fun trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
I see colors. Tripping balls as like a 7-year-old.
I can't think of any more candy. No. I will after we're
Junior
over.
mints.
Junior mints.
Slowpokes.
Boston baked beans. You didn't like those.
I gave those to my dad.
Yeah.
He loved them.
Boston baked beans were good.
Like lemon heads.
Oh, yeah.
And all those for our pan candies.
Yeah. Grape heads and whatever. You know what? We didn't have gummy bears, or as we called them, goomy bears back in the day. That was before they were so popular over here. Once in a while you would get something like that, but it was from the German family or something. I grew up on Air Force bases my whole life, so we had a very kind of a closed community from the rest of the world. You know, it was a mixture of all races, all nationalities, and everybody was all on an even keel. We were all the same. It was, you know, I mean, that's the Air Force for you. We got a lot of good stuff that the kids off base didn't get because we were getting certain things in our bags that came from, you know, Japan or Thailand or Germany or wherever. So that was kind of cool.
What kind of costumes did you guys wear when you were kids?
Oh man, I don't even know.
No,
I can't even remember.
Did you make them or did you buy them?
Always bought them.
Okay, thank God.
Always made them.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yours were probably better than mine.
Well, you know what the funny thing is that I liked to be like pop icons.
Okay.
So
I thought you were going to say Popeye.
No. So I was Madonna. I was Cyndi Lauper, and I was Tina Turner.
Wow.
Yes. Those are the three. And I had a lot of fun with that because, you know, Cyndi Lauper made my hair red. Madonna, you know, all the lacy gloves and bangles and stuff. And Tina Turner, it was her song, What's Love Got to Do With It? That just got me. And she had that crazy hairstyle with the hair like sticking up and the barrette up here. I did that to my hair. I made it all, you know, I would put my hair in a braid for the entire day and then let it out so my hair was wavy. And then, you know, tease it and stuff. And I had my little jean skirt on, and I didn't get to wear heels because I was like, I don't know, in second grade.
Yeah.
So, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't really remember. I know I was a lot of stuff. Here's what I remember. I remember going to Woolworth 5 and 10 store and seeing the rack with all of those square boxes.
Yep.
The costumes that came in the box and had the little window on the top so you could see the mask through the thing, and just looking for my size. I could never find the one in my size of the thing I really wanted, so I always had to settle for something else. But I know one year was Planet of the Apes. I had the Planet of the Apes, like gorilla commander costume, which was interesting. And of course, had that plastic mask that had the little thin rubber band strap that always ended up breaking, and you have to try to tie it again and put a knot in it. And now it's tighter on your head, and then the tiny little 3-centimeter square opening that you could breathe through always ended up cutting your lips, and you could stick your tongue through it. And
yeah, I used to have the same. I was Batman one time because I'm a Batman freak. So Batman, Luke Skywalker.
Oh wow!
And nice. It was all with the plastic face.
Yeah.
And then it started getting into those regular full body costumes where you didn't have to wear the mask anymore. It was more makeup and everything else. But I remember the the older costumes with the mask and that elastic piece that went around.
Yeah.
I remember one time it broke on me and I had to tie it to the staple that was in the mask. Remember, staple, guys.
Yes.
Staple.
Yeah.
And I remember it was a warm Halloween, so the area where the mouth was all wet because I just so happened to be breathing and sweating at the same time. So you got that. Oh, I'm grossing myself. I'm going to go back and clean. It's just grossing myself out.
Halloween was fun.
It was fantastic. Ugh. But the one thing I do remember was how fun it was to see everybody in the neighborhoods walking up and down the streets of my neighborhood dressed up and trick-or-treating. Nowadays, you don't get that much anymore.
No.
I remember that vividly, just looking outside my house and just seeing everybody, kids, adults, walking the kids down the street, trick-or-treating at night, and it just was really cool.
Why does everything have to be ruined? Because now when you have trick-or-treaters, you have parents coming up, kid comes up and get candy, and then the parent comes up, can you give me some...
No.
Get out of here. Where's your costume?
Really?
People don't even wear costumes. So they're like, I put on sweatpants and a hat. I'm, whatever. No, that's not a costume. Get out of here.
Nah. I don't like the fact that they also do the old, October 31st is Halloween, but because it's a Friday, we're going to do it Saturday, and we're going to have a Halloween parade. And wait, but how about the kids go through the neighborhood? No, it's too dangerous, and it's going to be from 6 until 8 o'clock, and then that's it. Curfew's done.
We didn't have that. That's awful.
No.
Some of the Halloween commercials crack me up that they show on TV for, whatever it is. And they show trick or treat, and the kids are trick or treating, and it's broad daylight. Yeah. What the hell's this? What's going on? You don't trick or treat during the day.
No.
Halloween night.
Yeah.
Was like magic. Yeah. And it was scary as hell because you were out. At least we were out on our own because we were on the Air Force Base.
True.
And it was very safe. You just let your kids loose and say, see you around 10. And we just went out. We were on our own. It was at night. It was dark. It was scary. There was scary crap everywhere. People screaming and all haunted house sounds and things and stuff and whatever. And people used to, decorate their house. And there was a lot of, mini quote unquote haunted houses set up in people's front yards. And some people even had to go in their house in order to get in to get your candy. And they had like sheets hanging and it was dark and black lights and strobe lights and things. And
now you couldn't even do that.
Oh, no way. No way.
That, and it would offend people too if you had Halloween stuff out on your porch. Yeah, it offends people now.
Does it really?
Yeah, there was a report that I had read that there were people offended about body parts, and that the ones that you buy from the Halloween stores, and they're plastic.
Was that the one that was located by a school, and they said, "Oh, it's too close to a school, it's scaring the children."
It's offending
too bad.
them. Yeah.
Then don't walk past the house. Find a different route.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
Everybody,
Everybody's so sensitive. I'm offended.
Halloween
whatever.
offends.
Then be offended. Go home.
But it's supposed to offend you. It's Halloween.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Bunch
a
of
trigger.
Crybabies.
Yeah.
I have great memory. Now, such a great memory that I can't remember the year. It was either like 85, 86, 87. I was young, 8, 9, 10 years old. And normally in Chicago, weather is cold and it rains.
Oh.
A lot of times, either it's cold, it rains, or, both. We were having 80-degree weather. It was beautiful. And I had my favorite costume on. It was probably, I'm going to say it was inspired by the Wolfman movie, the 41 Wolfman.
Oh.
You had, I don't know if I'm going to say her name right now, Maleva or Maleva? She was the fortune teller.
Yeah.
And I loved what she wore. The flowy skirts and, the jingles, the bells.
Maria Ospenstaka.
Okay, something. I know it's Maria something.
Yeah.
And she was the fortune teller, and she had scarves, and just so beautiful. And that's what I wanted to be. So I was a fortune teller.
That's cool.
And it was, like in the mid-'80s, just beautiful. And it was so beautiful that we got sweaty. And so I had to do a costume change. I've never worn 2 costumes in a day. It was awesome. And then I ended up, I was a zombie. I did a zombie, did crazy makeup. Typical day of trick-or-treating. You would go home, because, sometimes you had school. Go home,
right,
and then wouldn't go back out to maybe about like 4:30. So it's light out. get your candy. And it was awesome because then we would just go everywhere, make a day, but we'd stay out till like, well, when I was younger, maybe like 9 o'clock. We got older, okay, 10. Because you don't want to bother people after a certain time. But people also, too. If they're up, they'll have their light on or something. You don't go to a dark house. Not because you're afraid or anything like that, but just because you don't want to bother people.
Right.
Yeah, it was great. I was a fortune teller, went home, and because I got all sweaty and stuff, and then I was a zombie, and I put baby powder in my hair.
Oh.
And yeah, it was really fun. Wow. God, memories. I got so much candy. And then when I got older, about 6th grade, that's when the fun started. The real fun.
Yeah.
Started not to dress up so much, did more like street clothes. And I'm a punk rocker, and I'll just make my hair green or something, and put a banana clip in my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And
sweatpants and a baseball cap. Oh, sorry.
Kind of, sort of torn up jeans, and do your trick-or-treating. And then when the sun goes down, we go bombing.
Oh, no.
Get out your shaving cream and your eggs and just go to the school parking lot and just have fights.
Oh, wow.
Good fun. Some people got creative and would start, filling up balloons with mustard and ketchup mixes and stuff. I mean, it was great. We just went bombing.
Never
Shaving
did
cream
that.
and eggs.
Me neither.
We get in trouble. I mean, we made a mess, and it was kind of inconsiderate.
You were
like 6th, 7th,
bad.
and 8th grade. I was. It was fun.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily, vandalism or anything. You were.
We messed up the parking lot, but no, we weren't really vandalizing. I mean, it's private property. But hey, we went to school there. We have that right. Teachers made our lives hell. We have that right.
Yeah.
And then the highlight of one of my Halloweens, I was in 8th grade, and there were these boys from the class before us. They graduated, and they were kind of messing around with us girls. Oh, we're gonna put shaving cream on you, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So we were like, you guys are a bunch of dicks. And there's this one guy, I'm not going to mention his name because he doesn't deserve it, but he thought he was something special. So we had one egg left, and they were across the street from us, walking parallel to one another. We're like, get out of here, you suck, we have boyfriends, we don't need you. And Natalie, you need to get him. You play baseball, you're a pitcher, you know how to throw. Come on, Natalie. So I take the egg, just whip it from across the street, and smack that ass right in his ear.
Nice.
And he's like, who did that? And he's like partially crying, because that kind of hurts, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, I did, biatch. But I didn't say biatch, but that's what I wanted to say, but I got him. And so that was one of my moments of victory. Stupid boys.
Wow.
I never did anything bad.
Okay.
I never liked to wear jackets when it was Halloween, when I had my costume.
Oh,
I hated it. It always took away
ruined
the fun.
Costume. Yeah.
Well, when I got older, like when I was in my mid-20s, and my wife and I were boyfriend and girlfriend, we decided to go dressing up as Batman and Catwoman, and we spent a ton of money on these costumes. I mean, a ton of money on these costumes.
Because they were like professional?
Way professional. And we went to a mall, and they all thought we were hired by the mall. And we had people like just posing in front of us and taking pictures with us and everything else. It was really fun. Had those costumes for a long time. I had to sell Batman. He was unfortunately, Batman was getting and turning into Fat Man, so he couldn't fit in the old costume anymore. But it was fun having it, though. It was great.
I bet.
Great costume. It was great Halloween party. Going to Halloween parties dressed like that. And people like, wow, you look great. Wow. It was awesome.
When I got older, I never spent a lot of money on them. I just made my own stuff. Like a zombie or whatever.
Yeah.
That's easy to do.
Yeah. One of the things being in the city, you like I said, you just did your own thing or whatever. But I found out later from some friends, the suburbs were a little different. The parents would go around with their kids.
Right.
And the parents would have a cooler with them filled with beer. And the parents were boozing while their kids were trick-or-treating. I'm like, what?
Now that's an idea.
No, my parents never did that, actually, because they didn't really go around with me. Only when I was really little.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a suburban thing.
I never saw that.
And also, too, though, we had too many police roaming the neighborhoods on that day, keeping everybody safe. And
same with on the Air Force bases. There was lots and lots.
You couldn't get away with that in the city, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to put it in your pocket or something. You couldn't have a cooler. Hey, it's like right in your face.
You can go as a baseball fan and wear one of those big helmets with the 2 beers on your head,
or Duffman.
Duffman,
sure. Yeah. Adults have to ruin everything. They have to take everything.
They have to make it about them.
Yeah. Screw them.
You had your fun.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. Don't even get me started about the immaturity of adults.
Yeah.
Wow. I had fun, though. God, I loved Halloween. I still love it. I wonder if we'll get any kids this year.
We didn't get a lot last year.
Yeah.
Well, because, too, also, you have the trick-or-treating restrictions. It's like, what, from 4 to 6 or something like that? Or 6 to 8? I can't remember the time. It's like 2 hours they're allowed to trick-or-treat. That's BS.
Yeah.
Absolute BS.
But, whatever's left over.
It's all ours. And don't get a lot of gummy stuff because I can't eat that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the lead up to Halloween though. I like seeing there's some neighborhoods that just go nuts and they just decorate their house and everything else. And it's just fun to see. The lead up is really cool.
Yeah. Speaking of, when we drove up here, I don't know, we went a little bit of a different way than usual. There was a house that we passed by. I kid you not, had at least 20 inflatables deflated on their lawn with other stuff. And I said, we have to go past here and take a picture when all this is up because this looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
It looks like a cluster. F-U. Ferk. Feck.
I bet it's gorgeous at night, though.
Yeah, I bet their neighbors are really happy. It's like the Griswold house, at Christmas. Oh, my God.
I don't remember decorating very much.
Oh, we decorated the hell out of our house.
We did a little bit. We always had those, what do you call those things? It's like a cutout of a character, and the arms at the elbows are like, they have those brads or whatever, that they can move.
We had a skeleton like that.
Yeah. Those were great. And some of them had that piece that you... Oh, I'm getting all excited. That piece that you open up and you pull open, and it's kind of like a 3D kind of thing, and it's like paper.
Crepe paper or something?
Yeah. Like a pumpkin.
Yes.
And you fold it back, and now it's three-dimensional, and you push the little metal clips to hold it, and I love those things. Oh, and then there was the ones that like Scarecrow or whatever, and it had the legs that hung, again, crepe paper, like accordion kind of,
Boingy.
Yeah. Boingy. We had stuff like that. I used to make lots of creepy crawlers around that time just to stock up so I could just throw them all over the house.
What about spider webs? Later on they had that cobwebby material. And
yeah, we didn't have that when I was little, but when I got older, I would have Halloween parties at my house. And
we had that, and my brother and I would go crazy with it because we had a bunch of bushes. And we would put that all around, and it was hell getting off. My dad actually forbid us from using it anymore, but we didn't listen.
What do you mean? You know what's good? Here's a Halloween tip for you. Go to fabric store and buy like 10 feet of cheesecloth. You hang that up, and you just start pulling at it and shredding at it. It looks just like spider webs, but it's all one solid piece. Cheesecloth shredded is creepy as hell looking because it could be a burial shroud or it could be spider webs. But, rather than getting that, whatever that fiberglassy, cottony spider web stuff
is the cleanup easy?
Yeah, it's just like a piece of material. You just pull it down and you're done.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Cheesecloth. Yep, so we're breaking down.
Well, guys, happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, thanks for listening, and let's get the heck out of this place.
Next one will be back up in the
hands off the wine. I don't share.
I did put some Bacardi away for you, if you want.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Would you like a drink?
I love rum and
Let's go get a drink.
Let's
do it.
All right, guys.
All right. See you guys later.
Take care.
Stay spooky.
No, Ben. You certain?